Hello and a very good day everyone. So today I will show how we can actually prepare a dashboard based on a requirement from my management. So I do have actually a raw data which has the date column, the plantation like 𝗃𝗏𝗍𝗂𝗍, 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗂𝗏, 𝗵𝟐𝘂𝗵𝗂𝗍, and eventually I also have another columns that shows the target. So basically in this particular database, kita ada actual and we also have the target. We have the actual and forecast, and what my manager wants is basically my manager actually wants me to actually prepare a Power BI report that has a slicer that shows me the year, the quarter, the month, and also have a table or a matrix that shows me the list of plantation, the actual, the forecast, the difference, the utilization, and also the status, whether it is under or over and so on. So let's get started. So the first thing is I will just save this file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file in my documents and I'll save it as 5th April. So 5th April 2026. Okay, so now the thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this data to my Power BI. So I'm going to go to Power BI, click import data from Excel, and then from there a box will appear. So I'm going to go to my documents. Under documents, I say 5th April 2026. I press it open and then you will notice that a box will appear. So in this particular box, what happened is I'm going to actually select the particular worksheet called raw data. I select this and then I'm going to press transform data. But what you see is here they show me the data is in the preview has been truncated, meaning to say if you have more than 100 rows, more than 10 columns, it will appear in this format. So it's nothing to worry, you just have to press transform data. So once you press transform data, what happens is it will be navigated to Power Query Editor. So now I'll just press here right click and unpivot other columns. So right now what you can see is you have the date, you have the attribute, you have the value. But the problem right now is here we have the actual, here we have the target. So I need to actually do what? I'll create a conditional column to actually identify which is actual, which is target. So I go to add column and then I have to click like this, conditional column, and then a box will appear. So in that particular box will appear, I'll just click here attribute. If attribute contains the word, the perkataan target, then what I'll do is I'll just write here forecast. Otherwise, I'll just write here as actual. And then I press enter. So here we have actual, here we have forecast. And then what we can do is we can actually try to use pivot column. But before we go to pivot column, we need to actually remove the word target. So what you can do is you go to transform, you write here replace value, and then you write the word target. So target, and then after that replace with nothing, press maybe I put here a space and then press OK. So right now it has been remove the word targeted as remove foot with a blank space. So right now before I proceed further, I will also like to trim this so that we can actually pivot column accordingly. So go to transform, format, trim, and then after that what I want to do is I want to pivot column. So select this column and then pivot column, a box will appear, select the value and then go to advanced option and make sure it is sum. So when I press OK, apparently what happened is over here we have sum, over here we have forecast, here we have the date. So this thing I just want to change to plantation, and then I go to home and close and apply. So once I close and apply, it will automatically go to Power BI. So over here I just want to have a slicer that shows me the year, the month, the quarter, and also I want a table visual that actually shows me the plantation, the actual and forecast. So first I'll just click a slicer. So I want a slicer that shows me the year. So I'll just select the year and then after that I click the format your visual, slicer settings, I choose it, tile. So right now we do have a tile that shows me 2025 and 2024. Control C, Control V, copy and paste. So over here I want the tile based on quarter. So I select quarter. So we have quarter 1 until quarter 4. Control C, Control V, and then over here what I want is I want actually the slicer dedicated for month. So unselect the quarter, select the month. So here we have the month. So we can actually expand. So this one also we can do the same. We can actually expand this. And this also I expand. Okay, so now we do have these details. Next thing is I'll click the table. I'll just choose the plantation. I'll just click the actual, I'll just click the forecast. So what you are looking right now is we are looking at the actual and forecast. So next thing is I want the actual minus the forecast. Why? Because over here we have difference, utilization and status. So let me just put difference. So go to new measure and then I'll put here difference. And then what I'll write here is, we cannot write actual minus forecast. We can't. We need to do what? We need to write here sum of actual minus sum of forecast. And then enter. And then what I do is, I'll just tick this. So automatically, it will try to show me, okay, what is the difference and so on. And then one more time, new measure. So this one is based on utilization, whether it's fully utilized and so on. So utilization is basically sum of actual divided by sum of forecast. And I'll just tick this. So this one will show me in the form of number format. That means in a decimal number. I'll just click this word. I change to percentage. So it will show me like whether it's 94% or 100% utilized and so on. Then the next thing is I want to know a status, whether it's over or under. That means if just say the actual is less than the forecast, it means it's under. If just say the actual is more than the forecast, it is over. So new measure, status, then if, and then what I do is, if just say the difference is more than 0. Okay, if just say more than 0, it is over. Okay, that means if over here, if just say more than 0 means over, and then less than 0 means under. And then I just press enter, and then I just stick it over here. So this is how it looks like. And then what we can do is we can actually enhance the size, increase the size. So I'll go to values. I'll put here as 16. Okay, it looks better. Maybe I'll just adjust accordingly. Alright, so maybe reduce a bit. Okay, so maybe 15 will be great. And then I'll do the same for totals. Column header 15 as well. Okay. And maybe I'll try to select this, and this. I'll just put it above. Okay. And this visual over here, I'll try to increase the size. So now we do have the size. Here I'll just expand it. Okay, so yeah, we have that. And then I'll rename this as actual. So I'll just go and copy this. And I'll do the same for forecast as well. And same for difference as well. Alright, so we have actual, forecast, difference, utilization. Utilization will be in the form of percentage. And then status. Then you want to change the format, you can change the format. Maybe I'll just put as minimal, and just like that, now we do have this data over here. So we can to understand that what is the actual value, what is the forecast value, what's the difference value. But if just say you want to actually change this to a proper accounting format, you can go to model view, and then what you do is you just select the actual, you select the forecast, and then you select the difference. Over here we have property pane. So what I'll do is I can actually choose whole number and select the 1000 separator, but I want to also show the bracket. So I'll just go to custom, and then I'll just put here, okay, so hashtag, comma 0, semicolon, open bracket, hashtag, comma 0, close bracket, enter. So once I do like this, what I'll do is when I go to the report view, so over here it will show me, okay, that means like how's the report and so on. And here we can see which is overutilized and underutilized. So apparently what happened is like plantation like mango, rubber, rambutan, it is overutilized. So if we select by just say 2025 and we select January, we can actually get an understanding. So which is overutilized during that particular period and so on. So this is how we can actually play the data. So you need to know first thing is what is your raw data. So apparently our raw data is clean. It's just that we need to use Power Query to do the data cleaning. And then apparently the next thing is we just create our visual and then also use some text measure so that we can actually present this report to the management.